The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
It's game week for the Wisconsin Badgers from San Diego, California. Wisconsin will take on USC Wednesday night at 9:30 Central Time in the 2015 Holiday Bowl. And before the team was able to head out west, we had a chance to talk with head coach Paul Chryst, get you caught up on the bowl preparations in balmy Madison before they boarded the airplane. Give you some thoughts on USC as well. Our senior salute this week is on quarterback Joel Stave, and we'll check in with some of the Badger defensive players. Quite the challenge on Wednesday night as the Badger D faces a USC offense that scores about 35 points per game. We'll get you ready for the Holiday Bowl on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Two receivers right, one on the left on second down. Laviano again to throw. Under pressure from Beagle and Edwards, and down goes Chris Laviano. They'll mark at the 6-yard line. Beathard drops the throw. Looking, pocket closes, under pressure. Ball's knocked out, and it's recovered by Wisconsin, I think. Big pile inside the 30, and it's Joe Schobert. Looking under pressure, and down he goes. Back to throw, four-man rush. Left side pass, Erickson wide open at the 50. Left side 40, and it's intercepted. Michael Caputo across the 30. Goodbye, touchdown, Corey Clement.
Paul Chryst is our new head football coach at the University of Wisconsin.
Brought down by Vince Beagle. That's a sack.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Three Band-Aids.
2 Band-Aids.
3 Band-Aids.
At UW Health, we specialize in performing the most complex of procedures through the smallest of incisions. These minimally invasive surgeries mean our patients heal faster, scar less, and are back to their lives that much sooner.
1 Band-Aid.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Dario Gumbawali to the right of the quarterback. Snap to Stave. Back to throw. Shoots it to the left. And that is caught by Rob Wheelwright. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
14 straight years now, the Badgers are playing in a bowl game this time around December 30th in San Diego against USC, the Holiday Bowl. And first, congratulations to continue that streak. It is really impressive, and to get 9 wins. And I guess maybe the first thing we should do here, Paul, is dispel a myth that the weather's bad in December, because your guys, before you left for California, able to practice outside at Camp Randall, snow-free. Not a bad thing.
No, we've never, I've been lucky, been able to be around a lot of bowl preps here, and never have had the opportunities like we've had this time of going outside. And, it gives the kids a little bit of energy, and yeah, it's definitely a myth. We didn't have to go early. We don't even need the indoor facility, but I'm glad we got it.
Yeah, a little sunscreen there. Who knew in Madison? Always talking, even right after the Minnesota game, about the bowl preparation and the practices and how beneficial they can be. Safe to assume in this case that you've had some guys who have taken advantage of the opportunity to get the extra work, make an impression, not just for now, but for down the road?
We really have. I've loved the way that Titus Booker has come out, and we've also been able to, Arrington Farrar, who's traveled and played on special teams, but he's taking advantage of all the reps that we've gotten to be able to go offense versus defense. And, I think the young offensive linemen, it's been really good for. And, I think Alex Hornibrook's still taking advantage of a lot of reps, and Broderick Shaw had a couple days in there that kind of jumped out. Looked like he was getting more comfortable. So you definitely can, and I appreciate the players that they did take advantage of the extra practice time.
Yeah, during the practice time in Madison, it's worth bringing up again because we talk about it with basketball, is that in other fall and winter sports, but in your case, your guys are practicing navigating through final exams, getting on the practice field. That's a lot on the plate. I know it's part of the drill of being a student athlete, but I imagine you could learn a lot watching guys how well they can focus on the practice, knowing that there is that class stuff going on.
There is, and a couple of the older guys were talking to the younger guys, and you almost got to treat it like recess, and you try to be cognizant of it and how you set the schedule, but there's no question that there's a lot going on as they finish up the semester. Some guys do a little bit extra with their time in the weight room, and then we have the practices, and right after finals, chance to go out, go to the bowl. So there's, you're kind of packing and you're getting ready for different things. So you do find out about your guys, and I've been happy and proud of the way they've handled themselves.
The college football fan in me got excited right away when it was announced that they would match up your team with USC. Growing up, I just, USC, when I thought of bowl games and West Coast teams, yeah, I'm old enough to remember when their AD was their quarterback. When you found out when there was the opponent, was there part of you that thought, this is good? At USC, I know you got the challenges, the X and O challenges, but this is pretty fun.
There is, and I would even take that from me, being just like you, a college fan, the Holiday Bowl. Yeah. And you remember some of those games in the late second heroics and the high scoring. They were great games to watch. Mm-hmm. And so being able to go to the Holiday Bowl was a big deal. And I was, lucky enough to be in San Diego for 3 years. And I remember going to it and actually going to the practices and watching. Mac Brown was at Texas at the time, and watching them prepare for it, and just always like, this would be a great bowl if you could ever get a chance to. Then when you find out it's USC, and there's tradition of old with USC, and there's recent tradition. And I think it got our players' attention and excitement. Same with myself. We get to start the season with Alabama, who's one of the classic, traditional, great teams of college football, and finish with USC. Now, we got an opportunity to have a little bit different outcome, but that's pretty neat. And I think that when you're a kid that comes to Wisconsin, you want to play in big games. You want to play against big opponents and well-known opponents, and I think that's what makes it really neat. And to play in the Holiday Bowl against them, that's big time, I think.
And one of the constants of that program, I know they didn't have the kind of year that maybe that they wanted to have or people thought they could have, but man, the talent. I know you've touched on it in the weeks leading up to this game, but their quarterback, Cody Kessler, a receiver with 80-plus catches, a linebacker who's great at creating havoc. The talent is there, right? Especially in the offensive side, very, very explosive, right?
Yeah, it's, I think really that someone asked me, and you'd probably compare them as much talent-wise to what we faced in the opener against Alabama. And I think offensively what makes them unique is they can be very explosive, get big, 60, 70, 80-yard plays, but in the air and in the running game. And that's, sometimes you can be an explosive throwing team, or last year, Wisconsin, explosive running team, with Melvin and a healthy Corey. They can do both. And then when you look at their defense, extremely athletic, up front. And the linebackers, you said one, going to be a first-round draft pick. And I think the defensive backs trust him a ton to just play a lot of man. And then once again, I think the theme of our special teams is we're going to see what we think is another dangerous returner. So I think they kind of cover it in all areas, certainly the skill on offense, the balance that they have. And I give that team a lot of credit for they went through some very disruptive moments, change of coach, all those things, and how they responded. You could tell the first game when Clay Helton, their coach, took over, it was against Notre Dame, and really had them, and it was, it's been, I think, a little bit, you'd say, a different team since he's taken over, and it's a heck of a challenge.
I want to back up to something you said about a minute ago about the special teams. Adoree Jackson is their return man you're talking about. He's brought 2 back for touchdowns. He does a little bit of everything, both offense, defense, special teams. But you're right, it does seem like every week we're talking about some return man who could take it all the way back. In your coaching career, have you had a year quite like this where every week that threat is so real?
No, and we told the kids, and we take pride in telling our kids, this is kind of an accurate assessment of who we're playing, and if we think the world of them, we're going to tell them, and if we think that, what, hey guys, we've seen better, now we got to take care of our business, and then we kept telling the kids, I think guys, this week it might be better, and but they didn't question it because they saw the film. And I do not remember a year like this, and yet I've loved the way that our guys have kind of risen to the challenge, and so it's certainly one more, but we will be tested.
All right, that test will be on December 30th out in San Diego, California. The Badgers and the USC Trojans kick off 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Look forward to seeing the Badgers go bowling for the 14th consecutive year. Coach Chryst returns with his final installment this season of the Great Dane Great Question of the Week. Yes, it'll be an emotional moment. We'll continue in a few minutes as the Badger Sports Report rolls on.
I'm Carl Rick with Quick Trip, and my family, along with our nearly 15,000 coworkers, would like to salute the brave men and women who defend our country every day. This season, Quick Trip will match your contributions up to $50,000 to Camp Hometown Heroes, which benefits the children of our fallen military members.
That's a potential of $100,000 to support the children of those that paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
This camp provides me with an opportunity to understand that it's okay to grieve.
Visit hometownheroes.org to donate today.
On Wisconsin.
When you find out that you're going to be in San Diego for the bowl game, what's kind of the first thought going through your mind?
All of us are pretty happy that we're going down to California. I've only been there once in my life. I'm sure most of the other guys on the team haven't been there at all. So we're kind of, I wouldn't say bored of Florida, but we wanted something new. It's kind of a bad feeling that we're not going to be there for a New Year's Day game, but we're excited to be in San Diego.
I just thought, it'd be another great opportunity, for us to play a quality opponent, but I was definitely excited to hear that we were going to warmer weather.
It's a special bowl game for our family because my dad actually played in 3 Holiday Bowls himself. So the Holiday Bowl is kind of a familiar thing with the Beagle family. And I know my dad was really excited for us to be announced there. My mom was excited. So there's some familiarity, some common focus, and we don't kind of understand the San Diego scene in the Holiday Bowl, so we're excited for our family to get down there and have some fun.
This is going to be your last game as a Badger. Is it kind of hard to believe that it's come to that?
It's kind of weird. I haven't really thought about it yet. I don't think it will hit me for a while, but we just want to come out, send the rest of the seniors out the right way, and win a football game.
My dad was asking me, who would be your dream team from the Pac-12 if you could pick to play in the Holiday Bowl, and I picked USC. I was actually a big fan of USC, watching Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Lendell White, great football team, multiple NFL guys on that team. So to be able to kind of play that childhood team you watched growing up is going to be fun for us and fun for me, and it's going to be a fun game to be a part of.
There's a lot of rich tradition with USC, so we could really put Wisconsin in a national spotlight again after being a high-profile team like Auburn last year. Another one this year will really define Wisconsin as one of the premier teams around the country. I think that game really defined us, and you can see it this year with the toughness that we have. Even those games that we have lost, even Alabama up until midway through the third quarter, you see that we have a fight in us, and we always have a chance to win a game no matter what. I think that really defined our character and how we are and how we're going to play a game, and how important a bowl game win means to us.
Bowl games are extremely important. Obviously, you go to a bowl game and you want to have fun and you want to kind of enjoy your last moments with your seniors, but at the end of the day, it is a business trip, and we have seniors here who are just great leaders, great guys, and you want to send those guys out on a positive note from all their hard, blood, sweat, and tears from the time they stepped on here on campus. So as underclassmen, that's going to be my goal, and I know that's the goal for other underclassmen, is send these seniors out. That's the rule, and that's the goal. And also to leave on a positive note, to carry that momentum in the off season. Off season is a long off season with different workouts, lifts, runs. So to have that extra kind of boost in the morale of a bowl game is going to be big for us.
The morale last year compared to the year before, completely different in the off season, lifting, training, spring ball, everything. We have a little swagger about us. We know what it takes to win. We're going to win all the time. That's our goal, and that's our mentality all the time.
Every team is different, and I really do believe that. I've been on multiple different teams through my time in college and in high school. I haven't had a chance to reflect on the season yet. We're still in the season, but when that last game happens with USC, I will have the chance to kind of reflect on the season, and it was a special one. We've had a lot of challenges for our team. We've had a lot of ups and downs, and I think we just have guys on this team who have great character to persevere and to fight through the ups and downs through injuries and different things. I like the guys around in this locker room. They're a bunch of humble, selfless men, and that's why I committed to university to be with these guys, and I'm very grateful for that.
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Drive the 2016 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC Sports Sedan starting at $41,875.
Fresh Daily. It's as much about what we do at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market as what you want to do for your family. So now you can pick up everything on your list, from the fresh milk, bread, and produce you've always known us for, to even more healthy veggies, premium meats, flavorful sides, and you bet, desserts.
Stop in for bananas, baking potatoes, or jumbo onions for just 38 cents a pound. Every day at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market.
See you next time.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
I grew up on a family dairy farm.
I as well grew up on a dairy farm.
At the time, we didn't appreciate growing up on the farm.
The baby calves, that was where my passion was. I found it, and I knew that I wanted to keep pursuing a lifestyle or a career in taking care of the young ones.
There's been a Norman Rockwell image of dairy farming that's been painted for a lot of people. And if they see past that and they see all the different aspects of what the farm really provides, I think they'll be hooked.
This Senior Salute is brought to you by Hyundai.
Feels like I've been here forever, but, in the same breath, it feels like it's gone by very quickly. So, it's exciting. I'm excited about it.
Takes the snap, play fake, back to throw, looking, winds up, heaves it deep, down the middle, Abradaris, got it, goodbye, 10-5, touchdown Wisconsin, 65 yards, Joel Stave to Jared Abradaris.
I think the professors do a great job. I really appreciate all my professors at in the engineering school who, they understand the situation you're in. I'm not saying you get special treatment or anything like that, but they understand that, you have limited, time and time restrictions and things like that. And then, in addition, you got the Fetzer Center with all the tutors and mentors and everything that you need to kind of help keep you on track. I try and load maybe your schedule a little bit heavier in the spring, a little lighter in the fall. But more than anything, you just kind of understand you're not going to have a ton of free time. Just kind of try and be as efficient as you can with every day. You know, put as much time as you can into football, and then when you have that extra time, make sure you're doing everything you can in school so you're not, you know, falling behind, and, you know, just trying to stay ahead of the 8 ball, I think, for everything.
Stave takes the snap, looking under some pressure, steps up, looks, throws, end zone, Melvin Gordon, touchdown Wisconsin! Melvin Gordon with a rolling catch into the end zone. Game on in Madison.
Music, I think, just kind of helps relax me. You know, I really enjoy playing the piano. I've been doing it for a long time, so, you know, it's a fun thing to do. It's something I enjoy doing. And, you know, when you get a little free time, it's a good way to just kind of get your mind off everything else. I think it's important that everyone has a little bit of balance. You know, if you do football all the time, you'll get yourself a little burned out. So, you know, you do need that little bit of balance. You got to be able to, you know, get away from the game for a few hours here and there and just kind of forget about everything. And then, but when you are here, you got to be locked in. You got to be ready to go.
Breaks out wide to the right. Stave back to throw. 4-man rush. Stave steps up. Flush left. He'll run 40, 45, and spinning up to midfield is Joel Stave on the biggest run of the game.
There was a few last year. You know, the Iowa game, the Minnesota game. Those were two, you know, big games for us down the stretch where we really needed to win, and we're able to come away with close victories. You know, we made some really nice plays down the stretch in the fourth quarter. You know, and really got over the hump of, you know, winning close games, which we hadn't really done in years past.
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
There's still time to get in. Get bonus cash now at Nissan's holiday event.
Get up to 1,000 bonus cash on top existing offers.
Get in before it's over.
Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
At Pick and Save, you'll find a little bit of Wisconsin in every aisle. We're proud to provide hundreds of local products from all across the state, all at everyday low prices. Because as lifelong Wisconsinites, we love this great state just as much as you do. Believe you me. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together, and you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Time now for the Great Day and Great Question of the Week. And Jake from Johnson Creek wants to know, Coach, in your time as a coach, has there been one bowl game that has stood out above the rest?
I think for me, it was the first bowl game that I was able to be a part of as a coach, and that was in 2002, Alamo Bowl. And going back to San Antonio, we had lived in San Antonio, and Coach Alvarez had told us if you win the game, it'll be in the Alamo Bowl. And we had to beat Minnesota at the time. And so I was nervous that week and did everything I could. You know, my part is I wanted to go to a bowl. It was the first time the family had never gone to a bowl game. And it was my first year being back at Wisconsin. And then the game itself was a heck of a game, you know, and winning in overtime in San Antonio. And yet every one of them, you're fortunate to go to bowl games. And I love, each one's got a little story to it. And a group of guys that did all the work to get to it. And so you appreciate all those. But for me, that first one I'll always remember.
You said a lot of guys. I remember Brooks Bollinger, a couple of fourth down, make it, you got a chance, miss it, you're done.
Done.
And got it done. And got it done.
Yeah.
And got the touchdown, forced OT.
And Mike Allen had the big hit, but it was, in Colorado had a heck of a team and a lot of talent, and guys just played, and it was, I thought, a great way for Brooks to finish his career. But along with it, there's, you know, we had some young receivers. J.O. was a young receiver, and that one had a drop, and that was special.
Yeah, it was fun. That was fun. Good memories. Hopefully more in store on December 30th. Jake, thanks for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison, downtown, along with the east side of town, Fitchburg and Hilldale. And of course, we'll be checking it out here as the winter turns to spring. Eventually, we'll be up in Wausau, the Great Dane up there as well. Next week, we shift our attention back to Wisconsin basketball. We'll be checking in with head coach Greg Gard as the Badgers get rolling in Big Ten play on the hardwood. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
Here's to the tailgateaholics, the connoisseurs of cheese, the block party planners, and the unsuccessful ice fishermen. We tip our cheese-shaped hats made of foam to you, because you are true Wisconsinites. And Pick and Save is proud to be the place you go to save on thousands of grocery items every day. After all, we're from Wisconsin too, don't you know? Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Drive the 2016 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC Sports Sedan starting at $41,875.